G'day guys, Gun and Russ back once again. Today we're going to be looking at one of my fond memories of LAN parties. Back in the later 90s, PC gaming was a huge thing to me. I remember to this day my good friend Adam from primary school inviting me over to show me a new game he had purchased. I still remember to this day knocking on the door and my friend Adam greeted me like, "Hey dude, come on, you gotta come in. And went in through the house, and he pulled up at the desk and fires the computer up, and Quake comes up on the screen, and oh my god guys, I was like, what is this game and what is it about? And he at the time showed me a little bit of the story mode of Quake. And man, was I blown away to see, these fully 3D rendered rooms and you can look around. Oh my god, it was just utter excitement. Quake was a huge game changer in the world of PC gaming and really put the multiplayer aspect on the map. Quake had the ability to support, no joke guys, up to 16 people at one time, and this was a huge thing for PC gaming at that time. It was really unheard of, and when you were able to do big matches like that, it was amazing. But it really did come down to who had the sort of fastest connection. So I remember to this day guys, sitting down at that computer for the first time and just being like, wow, this is truly something special. Heading out into that fully, 3D rendered world. Oh my god, the guns, the music, it was just this amazing package all in one. So my friend Adam at the time was quite lucky. His dad at the time was working on computers, and they had a lot of computers in their house. They had basically one in every room. It was like, oh my god, I was just like so grateful of just having one computer because I knew the expense behind it. But my friend Adam had multiple computers throughout the house. So this allowed myself, my friend Adam, and his brother Rob to be able to play in separate rooms. And this was my first taste of a mini LAN party. And I still remember to this day, that first time of, using a mouse to play a first-person shooter. It was like, wow, this is something cool. And it took me a long time to get used to using the mouse, but over the time, within future LAN parties, my accuracy with the mouse got really good, and it was something really fun. Over the months that went on, Quake became quite an addiction for myself, and my friend Adam, his house would be basically the base for all of our LAN parties, and we would invite more and more people over, and the fun would just get more and more intense. The one thing that was, I guess, truly special when I think back onto my, LAN party days with Quake was the experience that you just don't get with playing games online. When you're sitting there in front of your PS4, your Xbox, and you're playing online, it's just not the same experience that you get within a LAN party. You can imagine, like, I would be in one room, and down the other end of the house would be Adam, and one other part of the house would be Rob, and then be other people in some other rooms at times. And we would be, going up against each other, and, you get killed in a death match, and you'd be like, F you, Adam, or you'd be like, you arsehole, you'd be screaming things out across the house. And at times, I'd have to apologise to Adam's parents, because you'd be using words that you just wouldn't normally use in the real world, or when you're visiting someone. But yeah, you just don't get that sort of fun with modern multiplayer games online. That sort of level when you're in separate rooms, that is where it's at. And guys, one of the biggest sessions went for over 12 hours. I remember it to this day. It was school holidays, and my friend Adam invited me over at lunchtime, and we were just like, he was just like, dude, come over, we're going to have a massive LAN party tonight. And we did. I remember my mum taking me to the shops, and we picked up a whole heap of lollies and, you know, Coke and all the rubbish you can think of. And I was prepared. I took my bag there, sat my bag down, even managed to borrow a bowl from Adam's mum, and, you know, just poured all my lollies in there, and away we went into that death match. It was so cool. The only time I can really remember not enjoying a LAN party, that is, was when I would hear that knock at the door, and it was my mum coming to take me home. And I was just like, no. I remember so many times, but no, Mum, please, no, I don't want to go home yet. And it'd be like, Mum would often turn around and say, oh look, come on, one more game then. And that would normally turn into about 4 or 5 games. I would always be hoping that Mum would take up the offer with, you know, staying for a coffee, and that would allow Adam and I to keep playing. But I just remember, like, whenever I would leave Adam's house, I would just be thinking, man, I cannot wait for that next weekend to come around. You know, it's something, you know, when you're thinking about your childhood, I know some of my viewers are much younger, but I guess when you get to my age and you pass that high school age, you know, you reflect back on the good times of gaming, where, you know, you just looked forward to, you know, while you're at school, getting to that weekend period and just being able to play something fun with your friends. When Adam and his brother Rob had, you know, worked out how to use mods within Quake, that's when things became even more fun. I remember doing things like, you know, capture the flag, and we would invite more people over, so we were able to play, you know, red versus blue, and, you know, getting out there and just trying to work together to capture that flag, and the screaming and the laughter and the yelling out of things was, you know, so fun. I still remember this one time, and I don't remember all, but I remember little bits of it. I remember for some reason Rob got annoyed with Adam, and I remember him going into his room and he was like punching him and stuff, and I remember that was just my time in the game to get in there and just blast the absolute crap out of both of them. And then I could just hear them go, no, Russ, no, stop. Oh man, it was such a good time to be alive. But Quake would go on for many years to be one of my favourite games of all time. And, you know, as I said, guys, like, it just makes me so, I just get so happy just thinking about the memories, and, you know, the game itself, and the visuals and the music and the sound effects. You know, the ability just to blow your friends up to smithereens was just so fun. And just the, you know, the ability to memorize those maps and get better and improve was just so fun over the years. And I remember when you'd have new friends come into the mix to play in the LAN parties, and you would absolutely whoop them because you just knew every nook and cranny of the game. Quake is just one of those games I just admire. You know, when you think about it, it really laid the path for the multiplayer games and the shooter games that we have today. Well, there we have it, guys. A look into my time with Quake during LAN parties. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave me a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's much appreciated. Alright, guys. See you later.